There was a young boy named Alex who loved to read books. One day, while browsing the shelves of the library, he stumbled upon a book titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Intrigued by the title, he decided to check it out and take it home to read. As he delved into the book, Alex found himself captivated by the story of two dads. One who was financially successful and the other who struggled to make ends meet. The lessons and insights shared in the book opened Alex's eyes to a new way of thinking about money and financial independence. He started to think about his own future and the kind of life he wanted to lead. He realized that he didn't want to be stuck in the rat race, working for someone else and living paycheck to paycheck. He wanted to be like the rich dad in the book, who had the freedom to live life on his own terms. With newfound inspiration and motivation, Alex started to take action. He began to save his allowance and birthday money, and even started a small business selling handmade crafts online. He also started to educate himself on personal finance and investing, devouring more books on the subject. Over time, Alex's efforts paid off. He was able to save up enough money to invest in stocks and real estate, and even started to generate passive income through his business. He was on his way to achieving financial independence and living the life he had always dreamed of. Years later, as a successful entrepreneur and investor, Alex looked back on his journey and realized that it all started with that one book that inspired him to think differently about money and wealth. He knew that he wouldn't be where he was today if he hadn't taken that first step and followed the lessons he learned from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. From that day on, Alex made it his mission to inspire and educate others. Just like the book had inspired and educated him, he knew that with the right mindset and actions, anyone could achieve financial independence and live the life they wanted. And so, he became a mentor and teacher, passing on the lessons and insights that had changed his life forever. As Alex's business grew and his investments started to pay off, he faced many challenges along the way. There were times when he doubted himself and his abilities, and he wondered if he was on the right path. But he kept pushing forward, knowing that the lessons he learned from Rich Dad, Poor Dad would guide him towards success. One of the most important lessons he learned was the value of taking risks. The book taught him that in order to achieve great things, he would have to be willing to take calculated risks and step out of his comfort zone. So, when an opportunity to invest in a startup presented itself, he took the chance and invested a portion of his savings into the company. Though the startup ended up failing, Alex learned a valuable lesson about the importance of due diligence and research before making any investment decisions. Another lesson that stuck with Alex was the importance of financial education. He realized that most people are not taught how to manage their money or invest wisely, and that this lack of education is a major barrier to achieving financial independence. So, he started giving talks at local schools and community centers, sharing his own experiences and teaching others about personal finance and investing. Over time, Alex became known as an expert in the field of personal finance and investing. He wrote his own book, inspired by Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and started a podcast where he interviewed successful entrepreneurs and investors from all over the world. Through his work, he was able to help countless people achieve their own financial goals and live the life they had always dreamed of. Looking back on his journey, Alex knew that he had come a long way since the day he first picked up Rich Dad, Poor Dad at the library. The book had not only changed his life, but had also given him the tools and knowledge he needed to help others achieve financial freedom. And he knew that as long as he continued to follow the lessons he had learned, he would be able to achieve even greater things in the future.